Welcome to new video. Let's explore about one of the new 28 finalists of 7 wonders of nature, Vesuvius, located at metropolitan city of Naples, Italy. Mount Vesuvius, also Vesuvius or Vesuvius in Roman sources, is a somma stratovolcano located on the Gulf of Naples in Campania, Italy, about 9 kilometers, 5.6 miles, east of Naples and a short distance from the shore. It is one of several volcanoes which form the Campanian volcanic arc. Vesuvius consists of a large cone partially encircled by the steep rim of a summit caldera caused by the collapse of an earlier and originally much higher structure. Mount Vesuvius is best known for its eruption in AD 79 that led to the burying and destruction of the Roman cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, and several other settlements. In AD 79, Vesuvius erupted in one of the most catastrophic eruptions of all time. The height of the cone in 2013 was 4,203 feet, 1,281 meters, but it varies considerably after each major eruption. Historians have learned about the eruption from the eyewitness account of Pliny the Younger, a Roman administrator and poet. That eruption ejected a cloud of stones, ash, and fumes to a height of 33 kilometers, 20.5 miles, spewing molten rock and pulverized pumice at the rate of 1.5 million tons per second, ultimately releasing 100,000 times the thermal energy released by the Hiroshima bombing. At least 1,000 people died in the eruption. Nobody knows the exact date of the eruption. The only surviving eyewitness account of the event consists of 2 letters by Pliny the Younger to the historian Tacitus, as he saw the eruption in 79 AD from his house in the Bay of Naples, noted the date as August 24. Vesuvius has erupted many times since and is the only volcano on the European mainland to have erupted within the last 100 years. Vesuvius was then built up by a series of lava flows, with some smaller explosive eruptions interspersed between them. The AD 79 eruption was preceded by a powerful earthquake in 62, which caused widespread destruction around the Bay of Naples, and particularly to Pompeii. Today, it is regarded as one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world because of the population of 3 million people living nearby and its tendency towards explosive, Plinian, eruptions. It is the most densely populated volcanic region in the world. Vesuvius has a long historic and literary tradition. It was considered a divinity of the genius type at the time of the eruption of AD 79. It appears under the inscribed name Vesuvius as a serpent in the decorative frescoes of many lararia, or household shrines, surviving from Pompeii. An inscription from Capua to Iovivesvvio indicates that he was worshipped as a power of Jupiter, that is, Jupiter Vesuvius. The Romans regarded Mount Vesuvius as being devoted to Hercules. Following the devastating eruption, it was named after the Roman god of the flame and metal forgery, Vulcan. Vesuvius is a humpbacked peak, consisting of a large cone, Gran Cono, partially encircled by the steep rim of a summit caldera caused by the collapse of an earlier, and originally much higher, structure called Mount Somma. Mount Vesuvius doesn't stand alone. While the main peak is named Vesuvius, there is another mountain which is attached to it, Monte Somma. Atop this second mountain is a caldera, or crater, which was created following a previous eruption. Mount Vesuvius actually grew out of the top of Monte Somma. How powerful is Mount Vesuvius? In autumn of 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius violently spewed forth a cloud of superheated tephra and gases to a height of 33 kilometers, 21 miles, ejecting molten rock, pulverized pumice and hot ash at 1.5 million tons per second, ultimately releasing 100,000 times the thermal energy of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Pompeii, a flourishing resort city south of ancient Rome, was nestled along the coast of Italy in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, an active volcano. Its most famous eruption took place in the year 79 AD, when it buried the city of Pompeii under a thick carpet of volcanic ash. The area around Vesuvius was officially declared a national park on the 5th of June 1995. The summit of Vesuvius is open to visitors, and there is a small network of paths around the volcano that are maintained by the park authorities on weekends. Before the devastating eruption of 79 AD, the inhabitants of Pompeii had no idea they lived beside a volcano since it hadn't erupted in around 1,800 years. In comparison, it's been very active since, having erupted 6 times in the 18th century, 8 times in the 19th century and 3 times in the 20th century. It last erupted in 1944, killing 26 people. When the volcano began to erupt almost 2,000 years ago, it shot tons of volcanic debris into the air, which then rained down upon the surrounding towns. To give you an idea of how much debris was scattered, it was the equivalent of 250,000 elephants per second. The volcanic eruption in 512 was so bad that the people who lived in the region were given a tax exemption by the ruling kingdom. The eruption in 79 AD is believed to have lasted more than 24 hours. However, the first eruption of pumice and ash was not lethal. Mount Vesuvius has fertile slopes. Currently, fruits and vegetables are grown on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius. Vineyards also have been established here. It may wonder why so many people lived, and continue to live, in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. Well, the answer is simple: volcanic soil is fantastic for plant growth. The ash and lava deposits left by the volcano are rich in minerals such as potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen and create incredibly fertile soil. Potential for huge displacement of people. Up to 3 million people may be affected by a potential eruption of Mount Vesuvius. This is because Vesuvius is only located about 15 kilometers from Naples. Mount Vesuvius First Funicular, a type of vertical transport that uses two opposing, interconnected, rail-guided passenger cars always moving in concert, opened in 1880, subsequently destroyed by the March 1944 eruption. Funiculi, funicular, a Neapolitan language song, was written to commemorate the opening of the first funicular on Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius is famous as the volcano that erupted in Roman times, AD 79, and buried Pompeii. The volcano is just 6 miles from the modern city of Naples and is a very popular visitor attraction, with a lot of visitors coupling a half day at Pompeii with a visit to Mount Vesuvius. It takes approximately 90 minutes to hike up, enjoy the views at the top, and come down. The best time of the year to visit Mount Vesuvius is from the start of April to the mid of June, or from the start of September to the end of October. The last time Mount Vesuvius erupted was between the 17th and 23rd of March 1944. These are some most important highlights and famous facts about Vesuvius. To know more, vivers have to research more or schedule for the visit and explore it. Thank you for watching. Keep watching, keep learning. Like, share and subscribe.